Adivik, deeply awake. We wish to entitle this Be of Good Cheer and Fear Not. A little bit hard to do for some today. This being a day of protest of the new regime in Washington, D.C. is protest. Contrast. Saying no. So there is much to be discussed, but that's not why we come tonight. It is to give comfort to those who are tired and unsure. About this next part. What lies before you, dear loves, is simply enough contrast to allow each to go within and determine who's running the show and why. To determine if they love themselves enough to disagree, perhaps, to say no. This is Batak. He is the new member of our family. Hello, Batak. Batak is very sweet. It truly is not a time to fear. This one is aware of this. Those around her think she's in fear. No. Oh, but disheartened, a bit trepidatious, perhaps. Certainly. It is perhaps unfortunate that the movement is so quick, but in the end, well, you know, there's two ways to pull off a band-aid. There's two ways to do something painful, and actually the quicker route when it comes to this kind of thing is very merciful and benevolent and compassionate. Oh my! A way to find gratitude in this situation? Yes. Be of good cheer and fear not. Many are concerned that what has been seen in totalitarian regimes in the past will come to pass in America now. And this, we say, is a function to a large degree of, well, take a look at it. It hasn't been that long. But, you know, if you understand about the reincarnation thing, well then, these are fresh memories for many. They're fresh fears. And it must be stated, the past is not creating the future no more. Because as a group, you all decided that you didn't want to do it that way no more. what is creating the future? And these new choices. So be of good cheer and fear not. It's okay to get down in the dumps occasionally. And to, oh, yes, this one has left it to myself many times today, saying, oh, yes, I'm just old lady hollering at clouds today. Hey, go away, I don't like you. Does that help anything? No. And the cloud, well, it's not above raining on you. No. This sense of impotence and restlessness and it's just echoes, just shadows. But there is this idea that, if there's no consensus and there's not agreement, then the person who is not in agreement is unloving, unkind, not advanced. Well, okay. Alrighty then. We think it's past time for some to question, well, if this person who's been doing her homework and clearly accesses information that is beyond her, is saying these things when perhaps there's some validity to them, and perhaps I should do some homework. No, there is instead, by some, attack. Well, okay. Alrighty. I cannot agree with this. Here's why, she say. Kindly, lovingly, gently, firmly, humorously. That is not someone who is unloving or unkind. But not holding an agreement with the other. What lies beyond agreeing with the other? Why do you hold the beliefs you hold? It's a hard thing to answer, is it not? It requires a biography. It requires sitting down and listening to someone to find out what they've been through, what they believe is true, what they expect. You may judge people by their actions, by their words, by combination, by the energy, by many things. But why? To what end? So you will be safe from threat? Or perhaps because this is what you truly enjoy. Not needing to agree with anybody. Loving it when it happens. And allowing it to play out if it does not. This is the beginning of the end of so much that has been oppressive and disrespectful and irrelevant. It's okay to fuss and fight. It's okay. It's okay to hold opinions, and it's okay to howl in pain. It's okay to be confused. It's okay to not like what's going on. It's okay to feel scared and to wonder if there's hope. Sure, all of that is okay. Normal. And symptomatic of big things going on. Wonderful new things. Well, how things have been seen in the past just don't work no more. Too much is understood. Too much is exposed for some things to continue, and others, well, they may never be revealed. Maybe nothing but rumor forever. Doesn't matter. And we remind you of the Quran. He say, oh well, there's gonna come a time when there's gonna be so many conspiracy theories. Ooh, it's gonna be thick, and you won't know what's true and what's not. And the nice thing about conspiracy theories is that there's always an aspect that is in the dark and hidden and withheld. And so there's lots of this going on. And yes, well, this is all what's going on. Where the lights have come up, and people are beginning to realize they want something different for themselves, for their loved ones, for the community, for people they have read about on Facebook, for people they know on the Facebook or on the internet who live in different countries. This is the idea. Going within and really being clear about what you want, how you want your life to feel, how you want to feel inside. And whether you have any control over any of this. If so, how? Who could possibly be in charge of this? It's a time of discovery. It's a time of homecoming. And it is a time of picking where you want to be. What feels best for you. Not anyone else. You. What feels best. And then honoring that. It will become something that you just can't not do. That's part of the beauty of this energy. So, be of good cheer and fear not. For some, they believe the worst is yet to come. We will remind you of the card in the tarot deck, in the Major Arcana, Judgment. Far from being a card of being judged by a hateful or spiteful authoritative God. No. Picture a tableau with an angel, huge, the face coming out of the clouds, pursing their lips to a long golden trumpet. And below, on the earth, are graves that are open. And human beings standing. with their feet firmly on the ground and their palms open. Arms outstretched. This is the card of the H. The worst is over. You have deemed yourselves worthy of continuing, and you did this a while ago. You have deemed yourselves magnificently ready for an amazing adventure in creativity, brotherhood, and peace. So be of good cheer, fear not. There is much that is hidden, and it must be revealed. Scales must come down from eyes now. And so, yes. Will it be rocky? Well, maybe it depends on how ready you are. Depends on how you trust it and to whom you pledge this trust, I would imagine. So, every single person on this planet has guidance, is surrounded by counsel, and is innovated by source energy. The fear that many of you have of a repetition of the 30s and 40s comfort yourselves as we are trying to comfort you. There are so many echoes right now. But be of good cheer, and fear not. Your throats are open, dear ones. The chakras, they're open now. Speak. If you're not in agreement, say so. Be accused of being unloving. Be accused of whatever you want to attend to. You don't have to listen to any of the accusations. It's okay to speak. It's okay. So to close, we remind you, while in the middle of great emotional duality, where you are being buffeted emotionally back and forth, and it's hard, you're feeling really emotional, whatever the emotion is, but we are talking about fear and some of the more dicey of the feeling states. Yes. Okay. Well, here's the this is part of what keeps people in the cycle is the emotionality, and so reaction is important to consider. How reactionary, emotionally reactionary are you to offense? How defensive? It is a bit of a tracer for needing to be agreed with, approved of, in consensus with. And that's fine. It feels better. It feels better. But something to be aware of, okay? Everyone on this planet has help. Everyone on this planet is in agreement with what is going on now. And we can assure you that if you just look up a little bit, and we are talking straight to this one, because she needs to hear this, look up a little bit. Remember the training. Remember, there is a bridge. It's this bridge that people are walking over and making decisions about whether they want to go on it. Once across, there is new life. And it is an individual soulic venture as well. As a planetary expression. Be of good cheer and fear not. Look up, look up, look up. Look up. Not down, not around, up. What do you see? Up ahead. Let that light shine through you now. It is assured now. You recall what the Cryon says, yes? The dark dies hard. So, be of good cheer and fear not. Whether you are conscious of it or not, you are involved in a planetary ascension at this time. It is a process that is generational as well as instantaneous, and it is something that is just what is happening. Remember the context when looking at current events. Then from there, of course, it's quite easy to extrapolate how people will behave who are not very bright. That is kind of how it's done. That is how you trick the dark into seeing the error of their ways and changing voluntarily, you see. That, dear ones, is a high art, and it happens to be this one's specialty. And it is informed by this one, who is out now, and we tell you. It is quite the sight. Do you not think that you have such power within you too, that is gentle and profound and compassionate and deep, and from somewhere so pure, so it's beyond wise. This is not something a personality gets to own, dear ones. No, it isn't energy. Each of you possess such power. Each of you possess such clarity. Each of you possess such assistance. It is how willing you are to believe it might be true, to consider it something to even take note of when it passes by your consciousness. And then it begins. And it's on time and appropriate, because that is the work at hand. Look up. Look up. Remember. 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 Look up. And remember who you are. Look at the night sky. Look at those stars. And remember. Let those twinkling stars inform your heart of your worth and your power, and your right to hold an opinion that may not be in agreement with those around you. And yes, we say, time will tell. Time will tell. So be of good cheer. We say through tears of joy and relief. And homecoming. And fear not. It is time. Not for all, for some, but enough. Enough. Oh, the work to be done is just so phenomenal. Oh, I can hardly wait. So be of good cheer and fear not. What is true for the one before you, when you know? Each are on their own path. Each have their own decisions to make and things like that, you know. You have your own path and journey and story and everything. But what we say about this energy, about your capabilities, about what you are, which is creator, biology. This is true for every single person on this planet. The task at hand is whether you want to work with it or not. Really. So, tend to yourself as you are tended to so abundantly. Be of good cheer and fear not. See that? Maybe it won't stop now. Oh, there we go. All right, now we say Selah.